Last year in May, my 31 male wife, 30 female, revealed that she was seeing another man that she met at her friend's B-Day party in January. She said they just talked for most of the party and she didn't plan on seeing him again. But he got her number from her friend. She said that after numerous times he asked, she agreed to go out for coffee with him and nothing happened, so she continued seeing him until they ended up in his place and they ended up having sex. She continued to see him every other weekend. Admitted she'd been to his place about 8 or 9 times. But before learning all that, I confronted her cause I saw she took a pregnancy test. She hid the box in bottom of the garbage, but I always empty the bin upside down rather than changing the bag. BTW, I had a vasectomy. When I confronted her, she started crying and promised me she already ended the affair a few weeks ago. Kept crying she was sorry and she will do anything. It got to a point she started having an anxiety attack, and I just don't know why she would do that if she didn't want to ruin our marriage. I demanded proof she ended it, and she showed me the last texts, which at least did confirm she did tell him she can't see him anymore. That night I got drunk as I was so enraged I wouldn't have been able to sleep. The next day she wouldn't leave my side, but I was angry and wanted space. I left to my dad's for about a month. In that time she called me every day, sent me poems and love emails. At the same time, I drove by our house to see if she was actually there, and there was no other cars, so I still cared. Well, after a month apart, I agreed to move back with her and start reconciliation, with some rules that she keeps a GPS app on her phone telling me where she is at all times. Extreme maybe, but she broke my trust and didn't know what else to do if we were going to fix this. She had no problems with anything and seemed nothing more than to want to fix this. 1 year later, I can say we have been closer than ever, and I realized some of my own shortcomings. Not to excuse what she did, but I think we reached a point where we are both happy and satisfied. Of course, I will maybe always hold a grudge knowing that she had an affair. But when we are both happy, I seem to be able to keep that grudge in the very back of my mind and just accept that what happened, and it's best to not dwell on it. Now, last week she told me that he AP messaged her, asking how she was doing. She did not reply. He texted her again asking miss me. She told me about the texts and didn't reply to him. I got very angry that he was texting my wife, and I already knew what he wanted. I texted him from my phone telling him to get lost. I used much harsher, semi-threatening words. He replied, "Oh really? Scared he'll plow your wife again? She said you had a small D and all." I became so fucking angry I threw my phone up against the wall. My wife is promising me she did not say that and that he's just angry that she doesn't want him. At this point I got a message on Facebook from my non-contacts list. It was him using a burner account, and he sent me a photo of my wife in what I'm guessing is his place and her on his couch. Then he sent me a video file which I knew I didn't want to see it. But I clicked it anyway, and it was a video of her performing oral on him. I couldn't watch past a few seconds. I felt like I got hit by a fucking train. I feel all the progress I made with my wife is back to square one. I can't look her in the eyes anymore without thinking about what she did. I knew that this happened before, but to actually see it I feel fucking humiliated and emasculated. I called the cops on this guy and they are investigating him. They tell me he can be charged for defamation and harassment. I hate this guy. Everything was going so well. Yesterday morning I was getting up for work, and after showering and getting dressed I broke down, crying like a fucking baby, collapsing on the floor. My wife came to my aid and held me. But this is the same woman who broke me. At this point I was enjoying what we had before AP's messages came, but after what I saw I don't know how long it will take me to get over this. That grudge in my mind has gotten so much bigger, and it may be unsustainable in this relationship. Need advice. Top 5 comments. 1. Fuck, man. I know others will have all types of advice to give. Just wanted to say sorry. After all the work you did to get over this is fucked up. 2. He recorded it. She knew about that, presumably. In my opinion, that's very bad already. Even if she came to regret it later, be it the affair, the recording, or both, the damage is already done to you. If you can't shake the feeling off, it might be better to end things. As others have said, though, do try going to therapy first. Don't trust any stranger you see on the internet, and instead see what your therapist thinks about it after a few sessions. See what results from going to therapy. Mull over the thoughts and decide whether it's better to continue the relationship. 3. I think a very important part being overlooked is the pregnancy test. That means she didn't bother to have him wear protection. 4. You will never be able to get the thoughts of them out of your head. The images will play in a loop in your mind over and over again. I found a Google Drive of my ex with videos, pics, and love letters. I was literally sick for months. The only thing that helps is time, therapy, and for me, magic mushrooms. You have PTSD and it needs to be treated for you to heal. Whether you work things out with your wife or not is up to you. My ex was the sole source of my trauma, so I had to leave her to heal myself. Infidelity was a deal breaker for me. Good luck. 5. Why? Why do you guys stay? Damn it. This makes me angry. Her cheating on you is not your fault. A lot of you men are good people and have so much potential but you choose to stay. Suffer. Why? Is your love for her that much that you're willing to give up on being happy the rest of your life? Think about it. She gets to have fun by messing around. AP got to plow your wife. He told you what he did. No, actually, he showed you. She comes back to you when she's satisfied. You take her back. She's with a great dude like you. She's living life. And the only one in this whole freaking thing suffering is you. WTF. You're young and are willing to suffer this crap for the rest of your life. You're 31 years old. Man, fucking 31 based on life expectancy statistics. That's not even half of your life. Do you really want to be that 50-year-old guy bitter with life because he wasted 20 minutes 30 years by staying with a cheater? Your ordeal is really shitty, man, and I hurt for you, bro, but you gotta go find happiness for you. Good luck. Man, I'm cheering for you.